So today we're joined by Jacob. Jacob's one of our clients that's just recently purchased in New South Wales and is Queensland based. So we're going to talk through that. We're also going to talk about how Jacob was introduced to Over and Above, and I suppose go through the experience of what it felt like to be a client who was extremely busy in his life with family and work. And we'll talk about that. So let's kick things off, Jacob, by just giving a bit of background on yourself and how you got involved with Over and Above.
Yeah, so I was introduced to Over and Above by Phil Rogers, a mortgage broker that I use. That's Mark, Alex, and the team. So, that they were we linked up early on in the piece and had a bit of a chat, and they sort of give me a good understanding on sort of what they can provide and all the benefits, which sort of opened my eyes up a bit. I didn't really know too much about what a buyer's agent was, but that really sort of caught my eye, and then so we sort of went from there, really.
Yeah, so in terms of the buyer's agent, you didn't even know what they were. So Phil, as a broker, introduced you to us, and we've got a good relationship there. So the trust was already there with Phil as a broker because that was your connection. So in terms of linking in as a buyer's agent and trusting people to provide you with information, did you feel at any stage where that there was too much information, not enough information? Did you sort of feel that the process actually was followed implicitly as it was outlined at the start?
Yeah, so the it was good like that. They outlined you and Alex and the team outlined, basically your whole service from start to finish, and everything was pretty regimented along the way, which was good. Timings, feedback, all the information was there that I needed. Any extra questions that I didn't really understand or wanted more clarification. No, it wasn't really a hassle. You guys had everything there that I needed to know, which did make me feel a bit more at ease through the process. Being a first investment buy too, that did put me at ease a bit more because that you're talking to these people via Zoom meetings and stuff like that. So you're putting a lot of trust in you and your team, Mark. But I felt comfortable along the whole way, and there was good communication.
So let's talk about the property. You're based up in Townsville, yeah?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
So you got a family, you work week on, week off, you're home now, which is fantastic. So let's talk about the process of, buying in New South Wales, southern New South Wales, a long way away from Townsville. How did that feel? And, the week off that you get, not then having to try and find properties and do your own research.
Yeah, so there's a fair bit of work that goes into it. After going through the process, I do, credit to you, there's a lot more involved than what I initially thought there was to purchasing the right house. So, I work week on, week off in the mines, and my time home, I like to spend that with my family, and that's sort of time I wasn't willing to chew into with my family. So that's where you and the team come in and assisted and made that process, very easy. A lot of it was done over my phone, really. So
Yeah. So
yeah,
so you secured a property. We purchased, and let's talk through some of the terms that we got. What did we then do to try and improve the overall result for you in terms of some of the terms that we negotiated to get access to the property and replace a few things. What were some of those things that we did?
yeah. So you guys done a lot. You're the bridge between us and obviously the previous owners. Got early access to the property to inspect and sort of give me a bit of feedback on what potential the property had, which did help us, make decisions moving forward. You were on the ground there. There was photos basically sent through that day. It's just stuff that I couldn't do living so far away. So
Yeah. And what did we do? We had I think we installed some we're talking about pushing cash flow, so rental income on a weekly basis, improving the rent from say $430 a week up to $460 a week or something like that. So
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, so there was a bit of value add there. Obviously, you guys helped facilitate the install of new carpets, which obviously increase the cash flow, help increase the cash flow on the property. And obviously that was all done through you and Alex. You just helped facilitate that and the middleman there. So
yeah,
that it was hassle free.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. It's a hands-off sort of transaction, but you're actually in control because you're making the decisions, but just with the information and guidance.
Yes.
Yeah. So in terms of the overall result and outcome, are you satisfied with the purchase, and how does this then help you think and feel about property investing moving forward?
Yeah, well, I'll definitely be open to this process again. I feel a bit more comfortable. I still feel supported now, you know what I mean? Even after the process, I still feel that I can shoot you guys an email, give you a call when you're still there to provide any feedback or answers, even post settlement, which is good.
Yeah, no, that's the most important thing, isn't it? It doesn't become a transaction then. You feel now like you built your community and you've got someone there that you can rely upon with your asset, and we can look to enhance that in time and grow that and look to build a portfolio of high performance properties, in different locations. So yeah, no, that's good. So if there was one thing that you were to say that you took away from the process here, what's the one powerful thing that you would recommend to anybody out there that is thinking about buying property, probably have the capacity to do so, but just haven't? They've sort of sat on their hands or been fearful of the market, not knowing what to do or where to buy. What's the one learning you'd take out of your experience, Jacob?
There's a lot more in the process than what you think there is. You only know what you only know, and then when you talk to like professionals like yourself and Alex and the team, it just really opens your eyes to what's really involved in the process. So I think do it properly the first time and have that support network around you with yourself and the team, and you come out the other side and you're feeling good about it, and you've got a good investment property straight away. There's no mistakes.
Yeah. So was there any part of the process that you sort of felt like, whether it was analysing the building and pest or organising the property management or anything in between there, where you sort of thought, wow, I didn't actually know that there was that much involved in just one part of the process?
Yeah, probably more so around your cash flow calculators and what really goes into your calculations there, and what you've got to account for. You might miss one or two things out of that, and could turn it from a positive to a negative flow. You just need to know what the right information needs to go in there, and I wasn't really aware of all the detail that's involved in that. That was probably one thing that I really sort of was a bit opened my eyes a bit more.
Yeah. And I suppose even the questions, we were going back and working collaboratively with Phil, the broker, about, let's challenge this. Let's ask questions around that. Should we be setting up an interest only with a split loan facility? I'm sure that there's a lot there that you learned as well.
Yeah, definitely. And as I said, I'm still learning now, and having you guys there, like Phil and obviously your team, I can still just fire off questions if I'm unsure, because you've got information on tap, and you feel like you can ask the question, you know what I mean, and you always get back with an answer. So it's
brilliant.
Cool.
No, that's good, mate. So I appreciate your time. A lot of the learnings that you've experienced and shared today through your journey of purchasing property using Over and Above Buyers Agents, a lot of people will be able to relate to. So thanks for sharing your message, Jacob, and I appreciate what you've trusted in us as a team, and we look forward to the journey ahead with you and your family.
No worries. Thanks, Mark.
Good on you. Thanks, Jacob.